A little bit of information when you're clicking on links, any kind of link. As you've seen up until now, generally when we click on a note, it goes to the note. What about the links inside the note? It will go to a web page, or it will go to a referenced note. If we're clicking on a file, generally it will go on a file. But here's a little piece of information. Depending how you have your browser set up, and we're trying to use Firefox here, remember that again, we sometimes have the file downloads. So a lot of it has to do with whether the browser shows you the file and opens it in the window, or if it downloads it to your computer and then you open it, opens it up with Microsoft Word. You have to have the programs on your computer if you're using, for example, PowerPoint. Very hard to open a PowerPoint file if you don't have PowerPoint, or if you don't have a PDF reader. These are all things that you need to establish at the beginning. So if I click on, for example, this PDF in the forum files that perhaps somebody else uploaded, it, for example, here downloads it for me and then opens it up in my PDF reader or whatever program I have. The same would happen with Microsoft Word. If I'm in a forum in my workspace and I'm looking at a referenced note, this is a link just simply back to that note where it originally lived in that particular forum, and that's where that note exists. If I do a search and I'm not in editing mode and I'm looking, for example, an author or whatever the case may be, and I click on that note, it tells me who the note was, where I'm viewing it from, and gives me basically a link back to that particular conference and that particular note. Okay, so when you're clicking on things and links, it tends to take you back to the places if you're inside C2C, but sometimes if you're outside C2C or it's a program that you're linking on, then it's going to take you to those things. So just be aware, there's probably no problems, but if you have some problems, and maybe because you don't have the program or reader. So there are some suggestions. Make sure you have your PDF reader installed on your computer. Make sure that the community is using programs that everybody has access to. With websites, generally we're linking to a website. Generally it'll show up in the window, sometimes it'll pop up, and of course, as we've shown before, you can click on it and open it up in a new window. So go see that video if you want to review that. Clicking usually gets you to the right place. So always keep your eyes open if you're in C2C and something is referring to something else, and when you refer to somebody else's notes, that automatic link is always there. Okay? Hopefully that helps and solves a few of the problems that some people might have. Very important for administrators to really set the stage with the kinds of programs and kinds of files that people might upload that actually need to be downloaded to the computer.